I don't know why all of a sudden I want to make videos about China, because one of my videos that I did earlier, one of them just got banned. Luckily, I posted on my YouTube. But that shit, it's just so funny to me, and I'm trying not to post because my page is already shadow banned, so I'm trying not to post. But it's almost like when you think about China and when you think about America, you know, right now China is all over my news feed. I mean, every other video that I scroll on to is China. And it's like all of a sudden now, out of the blue, they flooding our news feed with China. Like, y'all been ain't doing that shit. Why all of a sudden China is all over my news feed? I mean, they really showing off how they live. Now I'm saying to myself, first of all, American go to Red Note. And now a lot of Americans that went to Red Note, now Americans is finding out that China is living like they in the first class world utopia. And it's like now that Americans have went over there, now our news feed, well, at least mine is filled with how China really look. Now, my thing is, a lot of Americans is acting like that they are surprised and shocked. Maybe they could be. But I've already knew, and I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all already knew, that America, United States of America, always been a corporation. United States of America has always been a business. And that we were the slave and the workers to that business. I knew that. I knew that. So that's not a secret. And then on top of that, you know, we already know that America is an oligarchy country because it's owned by 13 families. We already knew that. We are so aware of where we are until we are not aware. We are already fully aware about the 13 bloodline families that own the United States of America. We know about the 13 bloodline families. It's been drilled in our head about the 13 bloodlines. So we already know that United States is an oligarchy country because it's owned by 13 bloodline families. We already aware about the United States Corporation, the business, and we know about the country. United States country, which is the country, the land, and then you got the United States Corporation. And we are the workers of that corporation. This is why we got a birth certificate, a social security card, we got an ID number. Our number is attached to a bank because we are a business. And what makes it so funny is that the fact that Americans really think that the United States is broke. The United States is not broke at all. Matter of fact, the United States is the richest country on the planet. It's just that we live so poorly as citizens until we are not aware that we are the poorest country in the planet. We think that we are the richest of the richest because they give us the bare minimum. Because remember, we only workers. We slaves. You think they're going to give us A1 class fucking lifestyle? We only workers and slaves. That's it. They're not going to treat us like they would in China. If America was doing so bad, how the fuck we keep giving Ukraine $8 billion, $13 billion, but yet we always bankrupt. Yet we always got to do, it's like when it comes down to United States citizens, it's always bankrupt. They just gave Ukraine another $3 billion, but they willing to give the victims of California $770. And it's like the fact that we are the workers to this corporation. We are the workers. We're not going to live the A1 lifestyle. It's just like you going into a warehouse right now. You working at Amazon, right? The owner of Amazon is worth over $200 billion. $200 billion. You go in Amazon every day and you barely making at least $15 an hour. Your check ain't no more than $1,000 every 2 weeks after taxes. But yet the owner is worth over $200 billion. Do you think that $200 billion owner is going to give y'all at least $100 an hour to at least try to live like you feeling lavish? You are poor. But yet he continue to make billions off of people that he is paying, but he giving them the bare minimum. $15. And you lucky if you got insurance. And we as slaves, we are slaves in the mind. We looking at the bare minimum, and the only thing we was taught was be grateful you're getting that. Because you don't have to get that $15 an hour. Somebody else will do it for 10. But yet, this is a billionaire that owns the company talking to you like this. And you don't have shit else. Because if you lose this bare minimum job, you ain't going to have no way to feed your family. And then that's because you're looking at these cars and the lavish lifestyle that these celebrities is feeding y'all, this lavish lifestyle. All they got to do is say no one time and all that shit will disappear. Because they got a lot of suffering to do in order to keep it. I don't even believe that half of these celebrities are rich the way they telling us. As long as they keep that secret up hold and keep getting paid to do what they were trained to do, they'll have everything they need, long as they don't say no. And now all of a sudden China is showing us how lavish that they're living, telling us that we are being controlled, telling us that we are not really in freedom and that everything is owned and we are the vote. Like, we already knew this shit, though. This is not something that we didn't know. We already knew this shit. We already know that it's our own country that is feeding us drugs. We already know this. We already know that these diseases are all in this country. We know that shit ain't coming from no motherfucking China. We know we are subconsciously aware that America is doing half of this shit to us. It's just that it's like it's there, but it ain't. And now all of a sudden, since another country is telling you shit that we already knew, like we already know this shit. But the thing about it is that even though that we are slaves in the minds and we are so deep in it, until we don't even know that we are so enslaved in the mind and so controlled in the minds until we are not even aware that that's what it is. That's how deep in a trance that we are, right? Because we know that we know about the we know, but this is our only way of survival here. Like, we know that we're not supposed to be living like we gotta pay for water. Half of our food is contaminated. You know what I'm saying? Our air's contaminated. Like, we already know this shit ain't right. We as citizens of America, we already know this shit isn't right. But it ain't shit we can do about it because, hell, what can we do? All we gotta do is work and try to survive in this shit. We know everything China is telling us. We already know it. But what are we gonna do? Stand up for ourselves? And what's gonna happen when you stand up for yourself? People is too scared to stand up for themselves. They in fear. And the only thing China did was basically tell us, everybody see what the fuck y'all going through. It's not just us. If we see that y'all are living like fucking animals in a cage, how you think other countries and nations feel about America? We know it ain't y'all that's fucking with the countries. It's the people that is controlling y'all that's fucking with the other country. See, all the other countries and nations, they know it's not the citizens of America because they know that we are slaves and we are workers. They know it's not us. They know it's the people that's involved. They know it's the government. They know it's the people that owned America. They know it ain't us. We don't got shit to do with that. They know this. It ain't shit that Americans did to other countries. We don't got no bombs. We don't have access to the military. We just workers and slaves. It's the people that own this motherfucking country that is fucking us up and fucking with everybody else. Because in their bloodline, they think they God. They think they untouchable. But America is up for sale right now. And it's not because the business is doing bad. It's because the whole entire world, the whole entire earth is about to be submissive to one owner. That's it. But ain't nothing wrong with America. America is the most richest country on the planet. And they know that. It's just that the workers are poor. And we satisfied with the bare minimum. Like right now, all this high-tech shit that we getting with the Tesla robots and shit. China had that shit probably 20 years ago. We just catching up. And we happy with the little bit of robot that they got. And they got motherfucking flying cars and cars that can ride in the motherfucking water. Like, god damn. You know what I'm saying? But we all happy with the bare minimum. And we were taught what? to be grateful.